Hi guys, welcome back. Wasn't really planning on doing on this one. I was going to wait a few days until some pickups arrive. Probably going to be mid this week, I reckon. But I thought I'd do it anyway because I do have 4 games that have just arrived the past couple of days. Past 3 days, I guess. But also, this is kind of a thank you as well. And a few people I want to thank. The first one, I mean, no particular order, but the first person I will thank is Pete at SNEStastic. I sent him a package, one of many packages he's received the last few days. He's single-handedly, I think, keeping Royal Mail in business. But mate, it was a pleasure sending that to you, not a problem. They're duplicates, and I know they're going to a good person, and you're a good guy, and not a problem at all. So glad you're liking them. So thanks to Pete, because he obviously did his thank you video. And as a result, a lot of new people kind of subscribed to me. I don't know how many, I wasn't counting them, but maybe as many as 20. So that was shocking to see all them new people come through. But great nonetheless. So welcome to everyone who's watching maybe for the first time, or probably second time, I guess, because you might have watched a video of mine before you decided to subscribe. Usually that's the way it goes. So yeah, welcome along, and I hope you enjoy what you're watching. Don't judge me on this video, because this is not going to be one of my best. So yeah, so as a result, I'd like to thank all my new subs as well. The people who have subscribed in the last few weeks, or even going back further than that, who I just maybe haven't managed to thank. I always try to leave something on on a profile page, on your channel page, like, you know, thanks for subbing. But it's kind of a generic message, and I guess, you know, everyone kind of says the same thing. Thanks for subbing, much appreciated. And it just, you know, I don't know. It's kind of nice to thank people in person, as it were, so that's what this is. So thanks again. Next person I want to thank is John, aka The Stick. And John has been, like, I mean, big time, immensely helpful when it comes to the Game Gear. Nostalgically, it kind of does hold a lot of memories for me. Never actually owned one myself, which you probably think, well, why does it hold so many memories for you? But I used to have a stack of friends at the time. I still do have a stack of friends. But I mean, friends going back whenever it came out, when I was 12, 13 or whatever. And it holds a lot of memories because, you know, I used to play on it all the time. And obviously now being an adult, and you can, you know, you've got a bit of an income and you can maybe afford things like that. So it's definitely something I'm looking to get into. I'm maybe not going to be as full on and in your face about it, maybe like John might be, who's a collector of Game Gear. Games and stuff, but I definitely want to chip away at the collection. And like I say, mate, you've been really helpful with the links that you've given me, and I will definitely be checking them out. And it's great to know that if I need any help or advice, that you're just around the corner in email world, so which is really cool. Anyway, so thanks to them guys. I'm sure you're more than aware of both Pete and John's channels. I'll be shocked if you're not, but if you're not, then I'll put their links below and you can check them out and subscribe. Just click on that yellow button, it takes 1 second to do it, and you will not regret it, because they're really cool guys. So anyway, 3 pickups. Actually, let's leave that one there. Now, these 3 here, it's kind of weird, because they're all the 3rd in the series. That was completely unintentional, so when these arrived over the course of a couple of days, it just kind of struck me as kind of weird that I just bought them and they're all number 3 in the series. The first one, let's get this one out of the way, because this annoyed me. The guy... I mean, to be fair, he didn't say it was a Platinum Hits version, but he didn't say it wasn't, and that's kind of the point for me. So I just went ahead and bought it, and it's a Platinum bloody hits again. I hate these cases, with like the grey cases and the stuff. But anyway, like I say, original Xbox, and it's Doom 3. Now I do remember playing this when it first came out on the original Xbox, obviously, and I remember it being really atmospheric and pretty scary. I don't mind admitting that, at my age, I was pretty scared by it, really. Played with the lights on. So it'll be interesting to go back to this. Now, I do believe this one is playable on the 360, with its backwards compatibility. The other 2 aren't, which is a bit of a drag, because the other 2 I really want to play, well, particularly one of them. Whereas I just kind of got this because it was cheap. I think it was $4 including shipping, so pleased with that. Like I say, with the grey case, annoys me, really does. The instructions, actually, funny enough, don't have anything to do with Platinum Hits, but the CD does, if you can probably see that. Right at the top there says Platinum Hits. But, you know, for now it'll do. Not really that bothered about it, really, although it will be changed eventually. Next one I picked up is Crazy Taxi 3 High Roller. Now, it says only on Xbox there, right at the top, and I love that old sign. It's like, again, nostalgically, it kind of means a lot when I see that. I think, yeah, cool. So, again, all box complete. pretty decent condition. The instructions are bent a little bit, but to be fair, the seller did mention that in the item description. CD's pretty much good condition. Now this has got a green case, original one. I did have to swap it because it did come in a blockbuster case, like a black one, which the seller didn't say. So we've got 2 items bought, and the seller's a little bit, you know, misleading. Maybe not intentionally, but still, you know. So I swapped it over into a green case, and sticker on the back that I can take off, not a problem. So yeah, pleased with that. Now I know obviously Crazy Taxi and Crazy Taxi 2, I think Crazy Taxi, the original, was on the PS2. I know one of the Crazy Taxi was, it must have been the second one then. Obviously it's more famous for being on the Dreamcast, but I'm glad to have got that one. My original Xbox collection, not many, I might have maybe 20, 30 something, but it's growing, so it's pretty good. Now this one I'm more excited about. Like I said, it's a shame I can't play it on my 360 because it doesn't have the backwards compatibility for it yet. But I remember having this one back in the day. Let's see when it came out. 2003, man alive, 2003. I didn't realise it was that old. I kind of thought 2005, 2006 or something. Jeez, that's really surprised me. 2003. And the funny thing is, you know, sometimes you're just kind of thinking about things in your head about games for whatever reason. And this game just came into my head. I wasn't watching a video, I don't know what I was doing at the time, just kind of watching the football or something, and I just thought of this game, and I thought, let's check it out on YouTube, let's see how it looks, if it looks as good as I can remember it. And I looked at the graphics, and it looks amazing. Even now, looking at this was like last week, I thought, it looked really, really good, I've got to get it again. So I went onto eBay, picked it up, I think it was a buy it now for like $1.50, which is a lot cheaper than it usually goes for. You know, especially in the US, people tend to put like the starting buy it now, like $4.99 or something. So I was really shocked. Original case, all the rest of it, it's boxed, it's complete, and it is, talk about the biggest build-up ever, it's Midtown Madness 3. Now think of it like, bearing in mind I haven't played it for many years, and I can't play it yet because of the backwards compatibility, but think of it like a cross between like sort of a Crazy Taxi, if you like the previous game, and like a straight-up racing game, and maybe cross over with Burnout as well. It's that kind of thing, and I really, really like it. I loved it, in fact, more than liked it, I loved it back in the day, and I recommend, just go in after this video, don't like cut me off halfway through my video. When this is finished, check out Midtown Madness, just put it in, see what you think of it. I think you might be surprised, and I'm sure in PAL regions this will be really cheap as well. So really pleased to get that one. Out of all them 3 games, Midtown Madness is the one I'm really happy with. Right, so last but not least for this particular video is one for the PS3, and it is an exclusive. In saying that, first of all let me show you what it is. It's Katamari Forever. Okay, it's getting pretty dark outside, so I've had to put the light on, so you're probably getting a lot of glare on this. So yeah, you're probably not going to be able to check that out. Nice little green spine as well, if you like that kind of thing. Now, Katamari Forever, I believe, I do stand corrected, is only out for the PS3. Now, there is one called Beautiful Katamari for the 360, and I'm not sure if that's a different game entirely, or whether it's the same game with just a different title. But either way, I kind of had to get it, because when it comes to PS3s, then there are a few exceptions, but generally speaking, I use my PS3 for exclusives. And ultimately, even if it's just by title, then this is an exclusive for the PS3. So I had to get it, and it's kind of funny because I played it around a friend's house maybe 4 or 5 years ago now, definitely before I came to the States anyway, and it was on his PS2, and I was just really shocked and surprised that a game so quirky like that was released in the West, because it's kind of obviously a very kind of Japanesey thing, and when I saw it I was like, man alive, surely that's not going to get released over here, because he had it on imports at the time, but obviously it kind of caught on, got a bit of a cult following, and yeah, I kind of liked it, but it has been many years since I've played it. In fact, that was the last time I did play that game, maybe 4 years ago, like I say. So I'm pleased to have it now on the PS3. It's ridiculous, I've got so many PS3 games that are still sealed, like this one, just not got round to playing them yet. Still not touched Uncharted 2, still not touched Heavy Rain, still not touched Alan Wake. Man, seriously, it's should be spending a bit less money, I guess. But all the games I am picking up are pretty cheap, so it's not really that much of a big deal. Anyway, guys, so like I say, I will have another pickups video, and maybe try something different as well. I'm kind of thinking of other things to put on the channel. But yeah, but I want to be careful because what I don't want to do is two things. I don't want to, you know, just spend all my time doing this, and also I don't want to get to a point where, yeah, I don't know. Well, this is obviously way further on down the line. What I don't like about some people's channels is that it's constantly videos like every day, and half of them are rubbish. And not just that, but then after a while they start to get like so big-headed and stuff, and all these adverts start appearing, like Mishima or whatever you call it. And then, oh man, I hate all that stuff. So I'm never going to get like that. I like to keep it real. So, but yeah, but in saying that, I would like to try maybe a few things. Let's see how it works. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It really isn't the end of the world. If it doesn't work, I'll be quite happy to come on, just do my pickups video, and just leave my comments and chat with you guys like I usually do. That, for me, is what YouTube is all about, just being part of the community. But at the same time, having fun as well. So, so that's for another day. Maybe next week sometime. Maybe even this week, if I figure out what I want to do. We'll see. But yeah, but the main purpose of this video, apart from them pickups, the main purpose is to thank Pete, it's to thank John. Like I said, check out the channels, and it's to thank everybody who's subscribed to me, and I thoroughly appreciate it. And thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Adios.